in 2019, I was training for a 100-mile race, and I was nearing the end of that training cycle, and I was on a run, and actually just right here in Stewart, and my heart rate was really, really high, and I was having trouble catching my breath, and I had this weird stomach pain, and I threw up, and I'm like, that's not right. So I walked about 3 miles back to my car, and my heart rate was super duper high. So I went home that day after my run, and I have a runner friend who is also a doctor in the ER, and I messaged him and I said, I have this like weird pain right here. I've had it for probably a couple months, but it comes and goes, but my heart rate is really high, which is very unusual for me. And he said, why don't you go get some blood work? And I said, no, I'm fine. I don't need to get blood work. But I went anyway because I needed to know what was going on. And that's when I discovered that I was super anemic. And he really took the time with me and just listened to everything that was going on. That's Dr. Castro, who is wonderful. I cannot say enough things about him. So aside from being anemic, I had that stomach pain, super duper tired. And unfortunately I didn't get to run that race because I was too scared to go down and run 100 miles with, being anemic. I could have died, not getting the care that I needed. Dr. Castro scheduled the colonoscopy, and it was then that we found out there was a very big tumor in my colon, about the size of a cue ball, which was shocking. Being an ultra marathoner and living a pretty healthy life, I would say, plant-based athlete, and geez, really I thought taking care of myself. My sister, who is very wise, said, imagine if you weren't doing all those things, how bad it could have been. So I had a follow-up with a surgeon in Cleveland Clinic, and we scheduled the surgery for the next week. Of course, they don't know what stage that kind of cancer is until they take it out. So, it was very scary not knowing what to expect. I would do anything to make sure I don't have to go through that again. So if getting a colonoscopy every year is what it takes, I will do it once a month. Please just go get checked out if you're not feeling well. And with anything, right? Like if you know your body, and if something's not right, like don't ignore it.